My twin sister's cough was the sound of my exile. At 10 years old, I was shipped off to a boarding school in the middle of nowhere, while Lila's illness became the family's only son, around which everything orbited. I'm Ellie, the healthy one, as Mom used to call me with a strained smile, like it was some badge of honor. Lila and I were identical, same chestnut curls, same freckle on our left cheek, same laugh that could make Dad forget his bad days. But when Lila started coughing blood one spring, the world tilted, and I fell off the edge. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, the doctor said. A death sentence or a long fight, depending on how much money and hope you could throw at it. Our parents threw everything at it, including me. The decision came fast, like a slap. Ellie, you'll love Willowbrook Academy, Dad said, his voice too bright, like he was selling me a vacation. It's temporary, just until Lila's better. Mom wouldn't even look at me, her eyes glued to Lila's hospital chart. I packed my suitcase alone, my hands shaking as I folded my favorite sweater, the one Lila and I used to fight over. I was 10, but I wasn't stupid. Temporary didn't mean a summer. Temporary meant they didn't know when or if I'd come home. Willowbrook was a gray stone fortress in upstate New York, surrounded by pines that whispered secrets in the wind. The headmistress, Mrs. Hargrove, had a smile like a closed gate. You'll adjust. Eleanor, she said, handing me a schedule that felt like a prison sentence. The other girls were older, cliquey, their eyes sharp as they sized up the new kid. I missed Lila's warmth, her way of making even the worst days feel like an adventure. At night, I'd lie in my creaky dorm bed, imagining her in her hospital room, tubes snaking from her arms, her smile fading. I wrote letters, pages and pages of, I miss you and are you okay? But the replies were always short, scribbled by Mom in a rushed Lila's stable. Focus on school. Focus on stable. That word haunted me. Stable meant she wasn't dying, but it didn't mean she was living. And what about me? I was just existing. The first year, I clung to the hope that they'd call me back. I aced my classes, thinking good grades might earn me a ticket home. I joined the choir, hoping Mom would hear my voice in her dreams and remember she had 2 daughters. But the calls were rare, and when they came, they were all about Lila, her treatments, her setbacks, her tiny victories. I was a footnote, a house school tacked on at the end. By year 2, I stopped hoping. I started fighting, not with fists, but with attitude. I dyed my hair black, pierced my nose with a safety pin, and mouthed off to teachers until I was a regular in detention. If they didn't want me, fine. I'd make them notice me. The other girls called me Ellie the Rebel, half admiring, half scared. I liked the nickname. It made me feel like I wasn't disappearing. Meanwhile, Lila's letters when they came were full of apologies. I'm sorry they sent you away, she wrote once, her handwriting shaky. I told them to bring you back, but they say it's too much. Too much. I was too much. My existence was a burden, a distraction from the daughter who mattered more. I stopped writing back, not because I didn't love her, I did, fiercely, but because every word felt like a knife twisting in my chest. Years blurred. I turned 13, then 15. Willowbrook became my world, a cold, predictable machine of rules and routines. I found friends misfits like me, kids whose parents had their own reasons for forgetting them. There was Sam, a lanky boy with a stutter who could draw comics that made you cry, and Tara, who'd run away from home twice before her dad dumped her here. We formed a pack, no pity, just survival. We'd sneak out to the lake at midnight, smoke stolen cigarettes, and talk about the lives we'd have when we got out. I never told them about Lila. It hurt too much to say her name. Back home, Lila's condition was a roller coaster. Remission, relapse, experimental drugs. Mom's emails were clinical, like she was reporting stock prices. Dad stopped calling altogether. I overheard Mrs. Hargrove once, whispering to a teacher, "Poor thing, her parents can't handle 2 kids right now." Can't handle. Like I was a math problem they couldn't solve. When I was 16, everything changed. A letter arrived not from Mom, but from Lila. No hospital stationery this time, just plain notebook paper. Her handwriting stronger than I'd seen in years. I'm coming to see you. It said, I'm better. Ellie, I want my sister back. I didn't believe it. 6 years of silence, of being the spare twin, had built a wall around my heart. But when the day came, there she was, stepping out of a taxi in front of Willowbrook's gates. She looked like me, or the me I used to be, before the black hair and the scowl. Her curls bounced, her cheeks were pink, and her eyes sparkled with something I hadn't seen since we were kids. Hope. She ran to me, arms wide, but I froze. Ellie, she whispered, hugging me anyway. I missed you so much. I wanted to hug her back, to cry and tell her I'd missed her too. But all I could say was, why now? My voice was sharp, like broken glass. She flinched, but she didn't let go. I fought for this, she said. I told them I wouldn't go home until I saw you. That night, we talked for hours in my dorm room, the other girls giving us space. She told me about the hospital, the chemo that made her feel like she was drowning, the nights she'd lie awake praying I wasn't hating her. I told her about Willowbrook, the loneliness, the anger that had become my armor. We cried, we laughed, we fought. I didn't ask to be sick, she said, her voice breaking, and I didn't ask to be sent away. I shot back, but the truth was, we were both victims of a choice neither of us made. Lila's visit wasn't a fairy tale ending. Our parents were still distant, their guilt a wall we couldn't climb, but it was a start. She stayed for a week, and we made plans, real plans, not just dreams. She was in remission, stronger every day, and I was graduating soon. We'd get an apartment together, maybe in the city. We'd be sisters again, not just shadows of each other. When she left, I felt something shift inside me. The anger was still there, but it wasn't alone anymore. There was hope, fragile but real. I started writing to her again, and she wrote back. We were rebuilding, word by word. But the story doesn't end with us holding hands and singing. Life isn't that neat. Our parents never apologized. Not really. They sent money, called occasionally, but the distance remained. I graduated Willowbrook at 18. My diploma, a ticket to freedom. Lila was waiting for me at the gates, her smile brighter than the sun. We hugged, and this time, I hugged back. Now, standing on the edge of our new life. I wonder, was it fair they chose Lila's life over mine? But was it a choice at all, or just desperation? I don't have answers. I just have my sister, and maybe that's enough. What do you think were my parents right to send me away, to focus everything on Lila? Or was it a betrayal that can never be undone? Share your thoughts about justice, family, or the choices that tear us apart.